conference of the 24th International Mostar Fair partner country, the State of Israel. Dame i gospodo, poštovani predstavnici medija, novinari, dobroveče i dobrodošli na preskonferenciju zemlje partnera 24. Mostarskog međunarodnog sajma države Izrael. Before we start with the official program of the press conference, I invite you to watch a video about the beautiful state of Israel. Prije nego počnemo sa službenim programom konferencije za novinare, pozivam vas da pogledate video o prekrasnoj državi Izrael. We are honored to open this event with welcoming remarks sent to us from Jerusalem by Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of the State of Israel. Čast nam je otvoriti ovaj događaj pozdravnim riječima koje nam je iz Jeruzalema uputio gospodin Benjamin Netanyahu, premijer države Izrael.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to speak to you who are convening in Mostar, a place of history and a place for the future. We are committed, all of us, to advance peace, prosperity, and security. In Israel, we have developed a free economy. We've become an innovation nation. You're doing the same in your own countries. You have entrepreneurship, you have initiative, and you have a vision of the future. We think that if Israel, with its technological capabilities, and your own countries with your various talents join together, will do it better together for our people. We believe in the future, and we believe that Israeli cooperation with each and every one of your countries can do a great deal for both our countries and for both our peoples. I look forward to meeting with each of you, and I have met with many of you, in order to further this in practical ways. Let me also say a word about anti-Semitism. This is a scourge, and the world and the Jewish people have paid a terrible price for it. I know that you are all committed to fight this battle, but I also want to express a special appreciation to my friend Dragan Kovic. Last June, you pledged in Yad Vashem, our Holocaust memorial in Jerusalem, to remove in Mostar the names of any persons associated with the Holocaust, and you stand by this pledge. I value your act, which serves an example for many, many around the world. I thank you all, and I'm sure that the International Business Fair in Mostar will ignite new partnerships, new alliances, and a great deal of prosperity. Thank you.
Next, we are proud to present to you the words of Mr. Amir Ohana, Chairman of the Knesset, the Israeli Parliament. Zatim, s ponosom vam predstavljamo riječi gospodina Amira Ohane, predsjedavajućeg Kneseta Izraelskog parlamenta.
Gentlemen, distinguished guests. On behalf of the Knesset, I would like to congratulate everyone involved in establishing the wonderful partnership between the Mostar Fair and the State of Israel. It is a real honor that the State of Israel was made an official partner of the 2023 fair. We believe the fair is an important platform to showcase Israeli technology. Israeli state-owned companies IAI and ELTA, together with BATM Group, will present state-of-the-art technological solutions in a variety of fields, providing you a glimpse into the startup nation. Thank you very much for hosting us in Mostar. We very much look forward to having you all as our guests in Israel. As we say in my country, next year in Jerusalem. Thank you.
In our panel discussion of speakers this evening, we are honored to have with us Her Excellency Ambassador of the State of Israel to Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ms. Galit Pelik, President of the Chamber of Commerce of the State of Israel in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Mr. Amir Gross-Kabiri, and Head of Balkan Department at the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Dan Orian. U našem panelu govornika ove večeri čast nam je što su sa nama njena ekscelencija, veleposlanica države Izrael u Bosni i Hercegovini, gospođa Galit Pelik, predsjednik Gospodarske komore države Izrael u Bosni i Hercegovini, gospodin Amir Gross-Kabiri, i šef odjela za Balkan pri Ministarstvu vanjskih poslova Izraela, gospodin Dan Orian. I'm honored to invite to the stage our speakers this evening. Čast mi je pozvati na pozornicu naše govornike večeras. I would like to invite Ambassador Pelik to give her remarks on promoting economic cooperation between the State of Israel and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Pozivam veleposlanicu Pelik da se osvrne na promicanje gospodarske suradnje između države Izrael i Bosne i Hercegovine.
Good evening. Dobro večer. Um, the relations between Israel and the state of Bosnia-Herzegovina started about 30 years ago, in the 90s. We are not where we were, of course, 30 years ago, because we started very low. But even though our bilateral relations are very good, there is a feeling that both our countries are today in totally different places. If in the 90s, Bosnia-Herzegovina was a new state trying to build itself after the wars, after all the situation of separating from Yugoslavia. Israel was a country that just crossed a decade of privatization. Both our economies changed a lot in the last 30 years. I think today we can find Bosnia-Herzegovina, like some other of your neighbors here in the Balkans, like very rapidly developing countries, mostly looking towards the European Union in this stage or another, but definitely this is the direction. So the standards are higher, the economy is better, everything is improving, building capacities, building infrastructures, while Israel developed its own capacities according to its abilities. And therefore, the opportunities are much wider today than where we were when we started these relations. I think being here in Mostar in this economic fair is a good opportunity, and like Prime Minister said in the clip that we saw, it can ignite even better opportunities, more partnerships, and I think this is what we're here for. So I think that we are kind of through the first days of this fair. We saw some presentations today of some of the companies, the Israeli companies that are here. There were a lot of talks already between Israeli companies and local companies. And I think that what we're going to see, the results and the benefit of this fair, we are going to see in the next few months. It's not a thing that is happening only during the fair, but actually what will happen afterwards. And I believe that from what we saw here and from what we hear, there is a lot of interest of Israeli companies now in the Bosnia-Herzegovina especially, but also generally speaking in this region. And therefore, I think we are only at the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Zahvaljujem, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will hear remarks from Mr. Amir Gross-Kabiri.
Via the Chamber of Commerce of the State of Israel, since its establishment, our slogan was, "We believe in you." We believe in you because some of the young generation in this country which chose to leave the country did not believe in this place. And this is something that for me was quite painful. So we chose the slogan, "We believe in you," to show that the State of Israel, its entrepreneurs, do believe in this country, do believe that this country can grow rapidly even, comparing to other countries in the region. You have an amazing force of skilled humans. You have great engineers. This country used to build aircrafts, choppers, things that other countries can only dream of. You only need to keep believing that you can do it once again. And the State of Israel is here via the Chamber of Commerce to bring from its experience, from its innovative approach, from its business approach, which is a bit different than what is currently in Bosnia and Herzegovina, quite competitive approach, but this will lead eventually to greater results, and we put Bosnia and Herzegovina as one of the leading growing countries in the region. This fair is only one step forward. This fair meant to show that we are here, and we are here to stay. We are here to help you and to advise you how to grow. We did the same with a very small and troubled country in the Middle East. We did not have any repositories of gas, of gold, diamonds, or petrol. We did it with our minds. We did it being the smallest country in the Middle East, and we become the mightiest country in the Middle East. Through innovation, through entrepreneurship, and through humans' skills. And I do believe, and I think that my colleagues here agree with me, that this country has the same qualities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kabiri. Zahvaljujem gospodinu Kabiriju. I invite now Mr. Dana Orijan to share his remarks. Pozivam gospodina Dana Orijana da nam se obrati.
It's on? Okay, thank you. Well, I'll start with where Mr. Kabiri ended. First of all, it's great to be here. It's a wonderful place. It's great to be back in Mostar. Actually, third time that I'm coming here. First one was almost 11 years ago, and the change is quite amazing. 10 days ago, I was here for part of a very special project that we shared earlier today. But the most important thing, I think, is to have such a pavilion, Israeli pavilion, so big and so powerful, and showing the capabilities of Israel is not something that has happened until now in any other place in the Balkans. I'm already 11 years head of the Balkan Department of the Ministry, and it's the first time in such a building. So I think this is a very important moment for us. And I think it's not by accident that we do it here. We see big potential here. Amir mentioned before that the State of Israel, when it was established, didn't have so many things. Some of them you have already, not just wonderful water and wonderful soil and wonderful people. And actually what we are hoping to do is to find a place for cooperation in so many fields. And agriculture is only one of them. We have some companies that came here in the field of defense, in cyber, in health. In each and every one of them, we tried in many places in the Balkans, but I think now is a really different time. The possibility is to do big things, and this is what we hope to do. Mr. Kabiri mentioned also that we didn't have oil, apparently, and not gas. And apparently now we have a bit, and I hope this will be also, the issue of energy will be also one of those topics where we will find ways to cooperate, maybe even to get some of it through the Balkans. And this is certainly one of the topics that is on the agenda. We hope to see tourists here. We hope to see hundreds of thousands of Israelis coming. One of the little countries in the region, Montenegro, is having around 70,000 Israelis coming every year. There's no reason. We saw the landscape here. We saw the places. It's amazing. It's amazing, and we should be here. So we hope to have direct flights in the future and get to have Israelis coming. Tomorrow we are going to have a little event where some special innovation project, which is some like a little gift to the Balkans, we call it, will be shown here tomorrow by Nir Koren. And today we opened a little exhibition of special relations which are connected to the society and to people with special needs, because Israel is here not just for economic issues, not just to have profit, but to look at the people and to find their heart and the connection to the people here. And this is what we came to do, and I'm sure these kind of impact projects will be part of what you will see from Israel. As was said before, we're here to stay, but we're here to cooperate. And we're here to find the places where we can do things together in a better way, and I think everybody will win. And finally, after 10 years in the Balkans, such a wonderful pavilion of Israel, I'm really, really excited. And I'm sure many people, not just here, but especially in Israel, seeing these pictures from here, are very happy and are determined to assist us in order to get to a new future with you. So thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Orijan. Zahvaljujem gospodinu Orijanu. After our speakers have concluded their remarks, we will open the floor for questions. We kindly ask that questions be limited to the topic of the Mostar Economic Fair and related issues. Uvaženi predstavnici medija, sada je prilika za vas da postavljate svoja pitanjima. Molimo vas da pitanja budu ograničena na temu Mostarskog sajma, gospodarstva i srodne teme. Izvolite.
Ivan Pavković, Al Jazeera Balkans. I have a question for Mr. Kabiri. You said in one interview, as I remember correctly, that you are interested for the investment in Mostar Airport. What kind of involvement that could be? Do you have feedback from the local authorities, and what are your plans for the airport? Thank you.
So first of all, Mostar Airport has a great potential. Without any relation whether I'm going to be involved as an investor or going to be involved as an advisor of how to make things better. Mostar is an important place for me. Bosnia and Herzegovina is an important place for all of us here. So wherever we can contribute from our experience, from our know-how, even from our resources, we will do it without any relation whether we are going to gain anything. Mostar Airport has a potential because Mostar has more than 1 million tourists per year. There is no reason why Mostar Airport will not be a hub of airplanes that landing here, but also an alternative for Sarajevo when there are airplanes that cannot land in Sarajevo during the fog. So in order to create an alternative, there is an ongoing discussion together with the municipality how we can collaborate and how we can make it a success story. At this stage, I have nothing to inform more than that.
Hvala vam lijepo, nadam se da ste zadovoljni odgovorom. Izvolite, imate li dalje pitanja? Izvolite.
Dobro večer svima. Evo pitanje za gospodina Kabirija. Gdje vidite najveći potencijal Bosne i Hercegovine u budućnosti?
Question for Mr. Kabiri. Please, could you tell us where you see the most potential for Bosnia in the future? Thank you.
So the biggest asset of Bosnia and Herzegovina is the workforce. You have a very qualified workforce. You have intelligent young generation here. Our aim, as I will call it from the private sector, is to make sure that they have places to work, to gain considerably better salaries than they currently gain, and to create a foundation for growing economy. The fields that I see is production, IT sectors, and energy. These are the three fields that I see the young generation which they should focus on. There are other fields which I believe that can grow here, which is agriculture, which is something which is immense here. You have amazing lands, you have water, you have sun. You just need to utilize it.
Thank you, Mr. Kabiri. Any more questions?
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Emina Pazalja. I'm from Bloomberg Adria. A question to Mr. Dan Orijan. In what way can Bosnia and Herzegovina benefit from Israel's rich experience and from its numerous examples? For example, especially in advanced industries and technologies, as well as system buildings, international positioning. And if you allow me to ask it that way, is it possible that Bosnia and Herzegovina could be a small Israel in the Balkans?
Well, if you ask me, no doubt that Bosnia can be a small Israel in the Balkans, but maybe it can be a bigger Israel in the Balkans. My feeling that what you have here is very substantial. I see the people, I talk to people already for many, many years, but now when there is such a possibility, and no doubt that Israel has some know-how and some experience that we are happy to share in many fields, and technology is certainly one of them. We already have very, very close cooperation in some of the Balkan countries in different fields, and I think that in some of them we can do it here as well. And my feeling is that the possibilities are huge. Possibilities are huge. If you take a topic where Israel is one of the leading in the world, like cyber, you see that there's already ongoing cooperation with some of the countries, and no doubt that the possibilities here are really, really wide. And you know, today there's not one hospital or one factory or electricity company that doesn't need defense of cyber because you're attacked. You're attacked. So basically, no doubt that such cooperation can get to places, and also in many aspects, I'm hoping to see Israeli leading companies. A few of them came here this time, developing partnerships and creating here jobs and opportunities for cooperation. So I see a lot of potential in that, and I hope to conclude that you'll be a big Israel and not a small one.
Thank you, Mr. Orian. Thank you, Amina. Any more questions? Yes, you may.
So I don't have to introduce myself the second time. The ambassador, please, apart from the friendly relations that our two countries do have right now, what currently connects Israel and Bosnia and Herzegovina the most? What are the main sectors, maybe that's a billion-dollar question, that we could grow more and, again, use your rich experience to grow in that sectors? Thank you.
I think that we have here, especially in this fair, but generally speaking, we have a good meeting point of needs and capabilities. My two friends here mentioned several sectors. I think the cyber is the sexiest, I would say, topic that everybody's talking about today. But if we go to agriculture, for example, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, I went to the other pavilion and I tasted the wonderful products that are growing here. The wine, the cheese, the fruits, the vegetables. I think that for different reasons, especially because of challenges, Israel developed very strong or very advanced agro-technologies because of struggles that we had that you don't suffer from. Unfortunately, we didn't have water. Now we don't have a different amount of water, but we know how to manage it. You were very blessed with water. Also, I saw the fields here, the wineries, the vines, trees, and fortunately enough, I have a good opportunity to come to Mostar every time I'm driving I'm resident in Tirana, so every time I have a chance to come to Mostar from a different way, once from Sarajevo, once from the south, and I see not only the beauty of your country, but also the richness. And I think in terms of technology, of agriculture, Bosnia and Herzegovina has a lot to offer and can develop its own capabilities and produce much more in amounts and also in quality of products. And I think Israel can help with advanced technologies. Mr. Kabir mentioned the field of energy. Also, Israel developed a lot of capabilities both on producing renewable energy, but also protecting energy. And this is also a sector that both sides can benefit. Israel is a country that developed a lot of things, but I think one of the advantages, maybe also it is connected to the question that you asked my colleague, Ambassador Orian. One of the advantages that you have here that we don't have too much is the ability to share with the neighbors, to open markets together, to have partnerships with all the region. And I have to say, when I talk to companies in Israel and try to convince them to come to this fair and to this region, I always tell them, don't look at Bosnia and Herzegovina as a country of only few millions, but look at the region of 30 million people, because you have something that we don't have. You have the ability really to collaborate with the neighbors. We saw it yesterday when we saw the leaders of this region that came here for the opening of the fair. And so I think our both countries can really benefit from these economic relations. I also believe that economic relations are the strongest thing that exists today in 2023 between countries. And based on that, we can develop additional stores in this building. When the economic relations are strong and there is a partnership, and Israeli companies, I think, always come with ideas for more partnership. They don't come and make a business, sell you something and go. We're talking about investments, we're talking about partnership, we're talking about mutual projects. So based on that, you have all the levels of people-to-people exchange, and that back to the economic relations strengthen them. So I think that we are expected to see more cultural events together and projects in the social area. And if I may add something that you didn't ask, but it's a good opportunity to talk about, Israel has a development agency called Mashav. And it's a little different than the big countries that have aid agencies that come and do projects. We build capacities. We usually don't come with tens of millions of euros and invest, but as I'm talking about the development, not talking about the business sectors. The business sector come with money to invest. The development agency is coming to build capacity. In many cases, it's a kind of something that supports the business world. And I'll give you an example. If a big company here comes to and invests or builds a partnership in the field of agrotechnology, then our development agency can come and assist with training the people, either here or in Israel. And this is another contribution to the relations between countries. And we are always saying that we are sharing knowledge. We're not coming just with knowledge. We're also coming to learn. So I think that the more Bosnia-Herzegovina will be on the map of Israeli businesses, these relations will get stronger and stronger in all sectors.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Any more questions? So thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Mr. Kabiri. Thank you, Mr. Orion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our press conference of the State of Israel. Thank you for all joining us, and we invite you to join us for a cocktail reception. Dame I gospodo, došli smo do kraja pres konferencije države Izrael. Hvala vam što ste nam se pridružili. Pozivamo vas da nam se također pridružite na koktel prijemu.